Dear audience, Assalamualaikum. I am Mr.Anupom. At first, I want to thank our honorable lecturer, Md.Ataul, for his sir. Welcome. Today's our main topic is in front of our slide that unauthorized fatwa illegal. But at first, I introduced my group members. Already, I introduced myself. Then, in sequence of the slide, the first is IMDADUL HAQUE, then Sadia Haq, fourth number NABILA CHOWDHURY and Hassan SHAMMI, and the sixth number is the person WAHIDA Islam. Okay, now I call. At first, I want to call my group member IMDADUL HAQUE for introducing what is the fatwa.
Hello everyone. At first take my salam. Assalamu alaikum. I'm IMDADUL HAQUE. Now I am speaking about fatwa. What is fatwa? Actually, a fatwa is an opinion and only an expert can give it. Who issues fatwa is called as a mufti. But in some cases, this word has been associated with very negative things. Such as death sentence on a person or everything on a person or severe punishment. The mufti has no authority to punish, and unauthorized fatwa illegal. That's it. Now I am calling to my nearest member, Nawshin. Please.
Thank you, Naeem. Assalamualaikum. I'm Nawshin. I'm going to describe a case about an unauthorized fatwa. Okay. The facts of the case is a husband pronounced a talaq of his wife and Shahida Banu, same, and Shahida Banu in Noga in anger, and thereafter continue married life with her about a year. Then one Haji, Adilul Islam, issued a fatwa that the marriage had been dissolved and forced his wife to go to a Hila marriage. Now, decision of the court. Exercising the suo motu jurisdiction, a division bench of the High Court heard about the case and found that talaq-e-ibad is against the injunctions of the Quran and Hadith. It is invalid law under Section 7 of the Muslim Family Law in Ordinance 1961 as well. They also cited and intends to show that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is strongly disapproved this depreciation and irregular exercise of the power of divorce. Now is come to the legality of an unauthorized fatwa in this case. The court was held that this fatwa was wrong. There was no legal part of remarriage without an intervening marriage. They also said that fatwa means a legal opinion of a lawful person or authority. And unauthorized, it is an instance one is unauthorized and illegal. The legal system of Bangladesh empowers only the courts. The court also recommended pronouncing a fatwa an unauthorized person be made a punishable offense by the parliament. Thank you everyone. Now I'm calling Said bin Abi to say more about an unauthorized fatwa.
Okay, thank you. At first, I want to thank everyone and also my honorable lecturer. And please take my salam again. Assalamu alaikum. Today's our main topic, which I am going to describe you. The main topic is that in front of our slide, unauthorized fatwa illegal. And my case that I want to say that last person Bangladesh 63 DLR 2011 H3D, that means High Court Division number 1. At first, actually in this case, this is the second judgment of the court of the High Court Division on fatwa. In Can 2010, when the 4 NGOs, Bangladeshi NGOs, challenged the court about the legality of the practice of the imposition of the extrajudicial or legal penalties to inflict the punishment to criminal punishment. Now, at the first point is facts of the case. That is the reasoning point. Actually, the 4 NGOs, the Blast, Prague, Ashok, that means Ainu Salish Kendro, then Lizinakori, and also 2 other different organizations from individual field, they took 3 petitions in the High Court Division about the seeking a mandamus upon the government is complying with the constitutional obligation to prevent the imposition of the extrajudicial penalties about the inherent parts of our country in the name of FATWAA. Then I am going to the next point as to the extra-constitutionality of FATWAA. Actually, this case is handled by Ms. Sarah Hossain from Blast organization, and Ms. Sarah Hossain argued that the imposition of the extrajudicial penalties or legal penalties of the punishment issues, the article is contrary to the article number 31 and also the 35 is that 35 is illegal and without jurisdiction. Then the court, for this case, then the court comprising then the judges Md.Ataul Hossain and another was person there, Govindo Chandra Tagore. Then the court relied on the constitution number, article number 31 is provision that no action detrimental to the life, body, liberty, our liberty, or reputation or any reputation or property of any other person shall be taken except in accordance with the laws of the land. Then the court observing all the method and all the researchable things, then the court held that the imposition and the execution of the extrajudicial punishment issues, including those in the name of FATWAA is really built from any other legal, and the court held that there has no sanction in the course of the land. Okay, dear audience, now I am going to the next point as to the forum available. Actually, in this point, relying on some special person methods. Example, MD Khalid Mahmoud Hossain, ED, then legal Islamic interpretations, because there has some of muftis and they already said their different kinds of conversation, and also many other fatwas about respecting the fatwas. Then Ms. Sarah Hossain collect many researchable things from foreigner as like foreigner advocacy or report as like Renly, Messick and David S. Power from Cambridge, the Mass Harvard University Press, 1996. Actually, by doing all these things, researching, Ms. Sarah has submitted in the court or High Court Division that a fatwa is only an opinion. The fatwa is only an opinion, and the only the expert person or an expert person can give it. But a fatwa, even if by an expert, is not a degree. It's not a degree. Then the fatwa. Then she also submitted in the court in her papers that the fatwa is legal, but unauthorized fatwa is legal because the mufti and the most important thing she says that she submitted that the mufti has no authority to punishment someone, or the mufti has no authority to impose someone because since it cannot be taken without a fulfilled authority of law. Okay, by doing all these things, actually, dear audience, we should take some observation from this, that in our country, under the Bangladesh in our country under the Bangladesh law has under the Bangladesh law has the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has power and other courts that's established by many tribunals or many observation things. Then by doing all these things, actually at the finishing time I want to say that a fatwa is really legal, but this fatwa is illegal, which is the unauthorized. So by doing all these things, dear audience, Assalamu alaikum again, and now at my finishing time I want to call the next point as to the international law obligation. This is the international obligation, and I want to say my another colleague.
For giving me the floor. Okay, I'm going to explain the fatwa as to international law obligation. Referring to the international law obligation referred upon Bangladesh under the CHOWDHURY and SPR, the court held that in cases involving violation of human rights, the court must forever remain alive to the international instruments and conventions and apply the same to a given case where there is no inconsistency between the international norms and the domestic law occupying the field. Hence, the court concluded failure of the state to take any systematic action to prevent such incidents of imposition or execution of extrajudicial penalties involve a breach of its obligations under the Constitution to administer national law to ensure the right of freedom from cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment or punishment. The international law is quite strict about this, that fatwa shouldn't be if anyone got this kind of unconditional or which is a violation of human rights, then they must proceed and they must take action. So thank you. I'm gonna give my word to next WAHIDA. She's gonna explain another case to you. Thank you.
Hello class, good morning. I'm WAHIDA and I'm going to describe the case of appellate division listed in absolute bar between the Mufti Md.Ataul versus the editor of day.Before. In this case, according to the appeal against the High Court Division judgment of 2001, two persons, namely Mufti Md.Ataul and Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, preferred on appeal before the appellate division. On the hearing of the appeal on March 10, 2011, court sought some opinion from specialized alim to give their opinion on fatwa. And on March 27, 2011, 5 alims came to court and give their respective opinion on fatwa. In this case, according to the judgment, the appellate division consisting 6 members, which led by Honorable Chief Justice Mr. A.B.M. Haq, who gave the judgment with 5 points of directives. Although the court declared that all kinds of fatwa is illegal, but it categorically said that fatwa cannot be used to punish anyone or cannot affect any kind of cannot affect the reputation of any person which is covered with the law of the land. And the court and no punishment including fatwa is physical violence or mental torture of any form, and it can be imposed or inflicted. On everyone in pursuance of fatwa, and it also declared by High Court that only the person who is educated he may issue fatwa and he cannot force anyone to accept it. So class, now we can see some observation about the 5-point directives which is described by SHAMMI. Thank you.
topic is unauthorized fatwa is illegal. The writ petition filed against the fatwas, the authority of fatwas. In the writ petitions, there were many incidents of extrajudicial punishment across the world. From all the incidents, we came to know that the picture clearly shows that that poor and vulnerable men and women in rural areas across the world, across in our country, have been subjected of whipping, lashing, and beating. To remove all this kind of violence, the High Court Division declared that unauthorized fatwa is illegal. Then many scholars in our country, or we can say jurists, challenged the decision of High Court Division. They filed appellate division. They filed appellate division. The appellate division think about these things again, and they said the decision of High Court Division was correct. Then appellate division, in its judgment, they said that the decision was correct, and they just partially modified the ruling. Now I'm going to tell the 5 points directly. Okay. Experienced persons can give fatwas regarding religious affairs. It can be accepted by all willingly, but cannot be imposed upon any person. Point number 2: no physical or mental punishment can be inflicted in the name of fatwas. Point number 3: no such fatwas can be pronounced which affects the rights and reputation of others. Point number 4: no such fatwas can be pronounced that violates the existing laws. Point number 5: the SCD ruling, that means the High Court ruling, declaring the forced marriage of Shahida Begum of Norga as illegal was correct. Dear audience, we tried to our best to give the observation of unauthorized fatwas. Thanks everyone.
Yes, very good presentation. First, I would like to congratulate you guys for a wonderful presentation. Probably you have set the benchmark. It will be tough for the other group to actually do a great job. For me, I understand, but it is a kind of a challenge to the whole class that other groups should come up with a better presentation, right? So, to me, you guys are probably until now, you guys are the best group that I have actually confronted with. Not only from this class, from that class as well. Right? Combining all the three presentations I have taken, your presentation is the best one. Okay. So for this reason, I would like to congratulate you from my heart, and I would like to also thank you for taking it very seriously. And just one simple advice I would like to give you, that try to make a balance between the members, right? For example, you are the leader and you have taken so much time for the presentation for yourself. So this is a kind of a drawbacks that you have, right? As a group, whole group. Whenever we're talking about the whole group, when you see someone is taking so much time, that means other people are getting hampered, right? So you do have, as a leader, always think about that you have to make the justice, not to yourself only, but for others. Right?
Sir,
I understand your position. Probably the best thing is that sacrifice. Okay? So sometimes I would request you, the group members, who will be the leader, yeah, you participate in the presentation in equal footing, not as taking such time, not that much time, right? So I really congratulate all of you, but some of the name I would like to really congratulate personally. What is your name? Nawshin. Please have a big clap. WAHIDA, please have a big clap. What is your name, ma'am? please have a big round. Submit, please have a and the rest of the 2%, I mean, you tried for yourself. I think that in comparison to others, you tried, but you did well. But in the future, you should do better, right? And also, as a whole group, I would like to congratulate all of you. And if after all having all the one presentation after all, if you become the best one, okay, in that case, I will personally give you something as a gift, okay? So for the other groups, they have set the standard, right? Then you have to close the